Okay, g'day and welcome to Aussievision. Today we're going to review Isaiah and Australia so far after 2 rehearsals. He's been in Ukraine for a few days now. We've seen those performances, or snippets of those performances. And we're going to just give our thoughts about how we think we're going. Are we more confident or less confident after the reviews leading into Ukraine? So, Mike, I might pass over to you and get your thoughts.
Yeah, okay, good. Well, yeah, look, I mean, I don't know how much expectation I went in with Isaiah as a performer. Going in, I think we made it pretty clear in our review that we weren't overly confident with this.
We were worried.
Yeah, we definitely were.
Definitely.
But I've got to say, from what I've seen from the 2 rehearsals so far, the snippets we've seen, and it's pretty hard to judge, I'm liking what I see. I am liking what I see. I'm liking seeing what the delegation are doing on the ground. I don't know if we'll talk about that later. But certainly from just the song, he can certainly deliver vocally.
Yeah, he's got the vocal.
No problem with that.
When there's questions about other people's vocals,
absolutely,
there's no question.
They
on
are
Isaiah's.
falling like 10 pins in these rehearsals from what I've seen.
Yep.
So yeah, look, he can sing the song. Tick.
Yep.
Let's get that out of the way. Am I overwhelmed or underwhelmed with the staging? I don't know. I'm a bit in the middle at the moment. What about you, Joe?
Well, I think there's 2 words that we need to discuss here, and they are lazy Susan. What do you think of the lazy Susan effect or the prop?
Yeah, look, I've got to say I'm a bit of a fan. I think it gives it some motion. I think it gives it some dynamism. It doesn't just go around in a circle, just like at one certain revolution.
He's not static on stage.
Certainly not. And I think once you start putting the cuts of the camera and everything together, I think it's going to give it a bit of dynamism. That's the word.
I think it's a word.
Is that a word?
I don't
Dynamism?
know. It is now.
Yeah.
But
where other performers, that could be very easy to stand there and just try and belt out that song. But this gives him some motion. This gives him some movement. And I think that works.
I like it in theory, and I liked it from what I saw leading up to the snippet until we saw tonight that Eurovision put out about how it would look on your TV screen. And I thought it did look a little awkward on the lazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
The walking, like maybe the cut of the shot should be higher.
Or he's just hunching his back or something. He's not striding.
You know what? Because he has to walk slow, so therefore he's kind of walking like a little. A prowling emu.
yeah, because
which isn't a good look.
Because he seems, I don't know how tall the guy is or anything, but he seems a little gangly, I think is the word I want to use.
Yeah, he is gangly. He's 17.
Exactly.
We were all gangly.
He's probably growing into his body.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in about 3 years' time, whatever, he'll be able to stride that thing out.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe he's just not confident with it. I don't know how long they've had to rehearse on this thing.
Yeah.
Maybe there's one out the back, because if there is... No, if there's one out the back of the stage...
I've got a lazy Susan discount of that.
He should be walking on it. He should be walking on it for like hours a day.
Oh, yeah. So it feels comfortable by the time you actually
and this
perform.
Is natural. Because I agree with you. There was something a little clunky when you saw the official Eurovision shots of what was going on. They've still got a few more rehearsals to go and run through. So hopefully they can sort that out. The other big... What do you think of the lazy Susan?
Oh, well, I do like the effect that we're trying to do, and I think it's something different, which is good. I love the fact that... Sorry, Mike's cat has just joined us. Obviously loves the lazy Susan. But no, I think that kind of works okay. I think overall... What's probably getting me is that there's some really good elements to it, but I don't think we're quite there on the execution, but we've got time to deliver it.
Yeah.
The fact that the press there and people like, for example, will know Weeby blogs, who we love, we really enjoy Weeby blogs, love them, they're fantastic. They were very, very lukewarm, to be kind, on the song leading into it. And when they didn't slate it, that just made me feel okay. As long as people weren't being negative about the song, I think there's still been some question marks about will we qualify? We're always going to get it. We got that with Dami last year.
Yeah, true.
Crying out loud.
Yep.
So as long as they weren't going absolutely slating it, I feel okay about it. I think we've got some fixing up to do. I'm not sure about the use of his face everywhere.
I was going to say, that's pretty much the crux of the performance.
Well,
isn't it?
it's
That
the crux
backdrop.
of Eurovision
That backdrop.
2017 is having your face on the LED screen. But the good thing in the semis that we're the first to use it.
That's our big advantage, I think, at this stage.
In the semi, but what about when it comes to the final?
Yeah, so, I mean, I definitely agree with you, and there's certainly the talking point, and to me, probably the crux of the whole performance is that massive LED projections of him, the multiple hymns in face and walking and all sorts of stuff, which I've got to say, the first time I saw it on the Eurovision clip, it looked a little Fashion Week H&M show or something, you know. It did look like a fashion parade.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, and we'll get away with it because we're the first act to do that in the semi-final. If we get a second half in the final, if we were to qualify, and there's 7 performances before us with massive faces, people might be a bit yawny on us by that. But having said
maybe
that,
we've got the giant head.
having said that, there's a bit where his massive face and they go into his eye. And
I love when they go into his eye.
Really good.
A lot of people didn't like it. I liked that.
Oh no, I thought it was. Really,
I thought that
really
was
good.
the best bit about it.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Look, I can see where they're going with it. Ultimately, it hasn't got probably the bells and whistles that Dami had to a degree.
No. Yeah, of course.
You
The
know.
song doesn't though.
Yeah.
I think I was always leading up to it and always kind of thinking about how is the cats around? How are we going to be able to build up to what Dami did? And we're not going to be able to do that. I think we're going to do a classy, solid performance, and that's all I want. That's all I want.
And
from
so
this.
far, so good.
Yeah,
really good. He can go
Definitely.
there. He can perform the song. And I think classy is a good word to use. From the initial reaction to the first rehearsal, people were using classy. That's good.
I'm
That's
happy.
what you want
I'm
to hear.
happy. I'm
You
happy
want
that
to
did
hear
that. And also him. He's been fantastic.
Oh my gosh, hasn't
in
he been
Kiev.
good?
Hasn't he
been
been
good?
He's done schools. He did a video talking in Ukrainian.
Yeah.
He arrived. And his first post he did was Ukraine is a beautiful country. He just got off the plane.
I know.
like at that point it could be Chernobyl.
I'm pretty sure he was on the tarmac.
And he was like, Ukraine's a beautiful country. I'm like, I mean, he is from Moama, which is a small town in rural Australia. So, you know what? Maybe the tarmac of Kiev is actually beautiful
Compared to Moama. No, Moama's not too
Actually, we
bad.
went to Moama
We were
2 months
recently
ago, and it was
we were.
actually beautiful.
We were.
Beautiful.
Look, I think it's a full credit to the Australian delegation, really. I think all the social media that's coming out of Isaiah, everything he's doing at the moment, it is really good. It's really polished. He's really accessible and
he's
likable.
really good, isn't he? Every interview he does, he's just so the one he did with Weeby Blogs especially. I thought was just so good
and
real personality there.
Absolutely, and this is a relaxed, laid-back 17-year-old kid, and perhaps some of the other
17-year-olds who've been struggling.
Yeah,
let's not name names.
This is a pressure cooker, claws are out situation at Eurovision, and at this point you can implode or you can grow, and I think he's blossoming. I'm loving what I'm seeing from him personally.
I think we were so worried about him, the inexperience, and about if he'd deliver. It's not about him. I think it's just about tying up the loose ends of our staging right now. Because I think he has delivered more than we expected him
Totally.
to. So I think I'm feeling much better than I did before going into it. Am I still confident we're going to get through? Not entirely. Look, it's a close year.
I totally agree. I totally agree. And look, for me, it's all ticks to Isaiah and probably a few question marks on Sacha Jean-Baptiste at the moment because I was expecting some wow performance, and I don't know if that staging there.
Who else is she doing
really
this year?
She's got 4 acts.
Yeah.
So
it's a little bit like hiring a Scandinavian songwriter. If they're running 12 other songs, well, are you going to start out?
I'm not going to judge it until we see the final product.
True.
At this point, ticks to him. I'm really happy with him, and I'm really pleased with the way it's going without being completely, blown away and confident.
Okay, well there we go. We're done with.
Do you reckon we're going to get through, Dar?
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel better.
I think we might too. From what I've seen, certainly the first half of that semi-final, as we said in our previews, is packed with the threats, the quality, and I think maybe if we can just hang in there, we can get through.
I think the jury will definitely help us.
Oh, let's hope so.
Oh, love you, jury. Love you forever.
Likewise.
All right. Well, we're done for today. We'll speak soon about other things. So
we'll check in a bit later once we've done a few more run-throughs, and maybe we'll talk about some other acts when we get a snippet of them.
When we get close, it's Eurovision week. We're excited.
Oh my gosh, we're excited.
All right.
We'll
see you
speak
later.
to you soon.
Bye.